Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. Check out what's behind me. It's a 2025 Volkswagen ID Buzz. Now I am so excited to get my hands on this thing outside of an auto show so I can actually play with the car seat setup. I mean, after all, this is like the latest minivan to hit the car market, and I want to see just how family friendly it really is. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the car mom. I review cars for moms and for families. I'm a mom of 4 and I'm a certified child passenger safety tech. Let's get started. Yes, this is an all-electric minivan. You're talking about, they're claiming 263 miles of range. I would expect probably closer to 250, 245. This is a big car, and in colder climates, I doubt we're gonna max out that range. So it's on the lower end of range in terms of what an EV typically offers, but it's a lot bigger of a car. This is a 3-row, large vehicle with a large battery in it as well. I think it's an interesting choice for Volkswagen to bring this retro style back only as an EV. To me, I'm still trying to figure out like who this car is really marketed towards, because at the end of the day, it's a van with sliding doors. So is it like going after the mom? Is it going after the enthusiast? I'm not totally sure. This is the Pro S trim behind me. It has an MSRP of $59,000, but the Volkswagen Buzz can easily approach that high 60, low 70 range as well. So it is an expensive minivan, people. Okay, so let's take a look at our infotainment system. You know, interesting choice for Volkswagen to make this very tiny display, but kind of typical across the EV lineup. And then I go into more of like your traditional infotainment system. I actually enjoy Volkswagen's new attempt at this. I think it's nice. I think it looks good, nice colors. Climate control gets a little clunky down here because there's no physical buttons. The volume's right here. I would prefer buttons and knobs, but overall, not the worst climate control. Okay, as far as some other driver's amenities are concerned, we've got actually really good charging capabilities in this. So I have 2 USB-Cs right here. We also have them on the passenger side door, like a perfect place for your passenger to have their phone so their cord's not like disrupting the cabin. And they also put one right here for dash cams. Now this is something they're really excited about, so I feel like Volkswagen wants me to tell you. You know, it was someone's job to develop something innovative, so they did this little dinky ice scraper and this bottle opener. I guess instead of giving us like cup holders or like, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I just think like those like little quirky things get put way too much of an emphasis on them. But is it functional? That's what we're going to find out. All right, now I really want to focus on the family friendliness of this minivan, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what my audience, probably you, are here for. So right off the bat, it's very much giving like that typical EV open air concept. It's a lot of like flat floorboards, but unfortunately for us moms, that means there's not a lot of storage. And I'm going to be bummed about this. This is the center console, and don't get me wrong, like it's removable, and you know, all the other reviewers are selling that you can like have an aisle here. I prefer the storage. So here's kind of the storage that we're dealing with. So we've got a little cubby here. You know, this is our center console. This is removable. Some more storage here. I do have a place for my phone, a wireless charger with 2 USB-Cs, and then these are where our cup holders are. You know, it's fine, but I mean, when you're comparing this to like what a Honda Odyssey can offer in terms of storage, I think that moms are going to be missing like some cubbies and, you know, places to put our things. And now, just like in your typical minivan, you do have your power sliding doors right here also, which I think, I mean, that's nice. I like a sliding door. That's fun in a minivan. Now, I was so excited because they had a bench seat. And you know what a bench seat means? 3 across. Let's go. All right, here's what I have. I mean, I threw everything but the kitchen sink at it. This is not an easy 3 across combination. I want to be very transparent. That's a Diono Cambria. It's a wide booster seat. This is a Britex Poplar. This is a more narrow convertible car seat. And then we got an infant seat, the Joyment latch. So these are not like 3 tiny convertible seats. This is a wide bench seat. I like it. It's very similar in functionality to the Atlas. So we've got the 3 sets of lower anchors, 3 tether anchors. We've got a little bit of a weird like lower anchor seatbelt situation, which I can show you once I take these seats out. But for the most part, she's a 3 across machine, as I would expect in the minivan market. I mean, all the minivans I think need to be able to accommodate multiple 3 across combinations. So I'm happy to report the Buzz is no different. Now let's talk about 3rd row access, okay? I was so hoping the Buzz would have the car seat tilt like we find in the Atlas, and it does. So this bench is a 60-40 split. So these 2 seats are attached. This seat is by itself. Both sides have a car seat tilt, but just be aware on the other side, you'd be tilting the outboard seat and the middle seat. On this side, we're just tilting this outboard seat. So obviously with the car car seat tilt. I've done a ton of videos on this, but it allows you to access the third row with certain type of car seats installed in the second row. So it's helpful for boosters, convertible car seats installed with latch, infant seat bases, or just nothing. I think it's a really good way to have third row access with kids in the car. Okay, here's a shot of me in the second row of the Volkswagen Buzz, and here's what we've got. A ton of good knee clearance. I mean, look at this like flat floorboard. This makes it very comfortable for every seating position. Especially someone in the middle seat, they're not sitting on a hump. Like, this feels really nice and comfortable. This bench is so wide. And I got good amenities too as well. I got a leather back pocket here, a little phone pocket, vents on the ceiling, my climate control. And the second row also has like a little drive-through window. All right, I want to talk about getting into the third row. So I have this seat tilted. Now be aware, guys, these doors, they don't go back as far. So it's still a great aisle, but not maybe as wide as some of the other cars, but still plenty of room. And then I'm going to go back here, and I have two seats in the third row. That's kind of unique, but you know what? I like it because they're two really solid, comfortable seats. So they both have their own sets of lower anchors and tether anchors. So in total, you're talking about 5 sets of lower anchors, 5 tether anchors in this Volkswagen Buzz, which is honestly the best we could ask for. We've got good amenities, okay? Cup holders here, and I have a cup holder storage area down there as well. Can you see that? Plus, we have our own charging vents, and the headrests are removable as well, so no car seat interference there. Good leg room. I mean, really comfortable. Really comfortable. These second rows are on tracks, so I don't know if I said that. So we could move that second row up a little bit if we wanted to. These third rows are on tracks as well. So good seat flexibility, maybe for a little bit more trunk space or whatever the case is. But overall, honestly, a good, comfortable third row. I mean, look, huge tailgate. This car is big. And you know what? It drives big too. That is one thing that I wanted to mention. It's also really tall, you guys. I mean, I'm 6 feet. Look how high this goes up. I mean, really, it's like a little built-in like sun tent for me. Like if it was raining, I'd be fine. But you know, just think about that. Could be hard for someone taller, could hit your garage. You may have to adjust the opening, probably in your vehicle settings. The car is big, and I want to be very clear that it drives big. It doesn't drive like the other minivans. It honestly feels bigger than my Expedition Max just because of the way the car is structured. And just like, I think we're not used to driving these rectangles, truthfully. The trunk space is interesting, and kind of this is where people are talking. It's not deep because there's a huge battery, right? So we see this in a lot of the electric or hybrid vehicles. Even the Toyota Land Cruiser is a great example. It has that higher roof because of where the battery is. So you're losing that depth that we find in the other minivan trunks, and this is kind of the trunk we're dealing with. So, you know, you can do some creative things. Like I showed you how we could, you know, push this forward to lose our third row space to give us some more inches. You can just fold these seats down. Let me do that for you. So you can fold in the third row like this. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to like this though because, you know, of this elevation. The third row can also be completely removed. But this is where I really think if you're going to be using this for your family, I think that the bench seat's the way to go. Because the problem is if you get the captain's chairs, you still have the same trunk situation. And you know, if you have captain's chairs and you remove the third row for your trunk space, well, then you have nothing protecting the cabin from all the projectiles in the trunk. That can be a very dangerous way to drive. If you go to Costco, you get a gallon of milk and a bunch of other stuff, have that third row down, have your rear-facing baby in a captain's seat, you get in an accident, the gallon of milk goes flying through the cabin at a very high speed. So I'm not saying that to scare you or to stress you out, but just to think about, if this isn't enough trunk space for your daily life, I highly suggest opting for the bench seat, even if you're only going to be having 2 passengers. I think my problems with the Buzz is I just think it's really lacking some of the family-friendly features that the other minivans offer. Don't get me wrong, it's a good 3 across car, but the trunk is tough, and the lack of storage, I'm telling you, it would drive you crazy. Like just the few things we have to film that I'm trying to like hide in the video, like a lip gloss and a coffee and an extra mic, like I'm just not able to tuck them into places like I would just be in a giant center console. So I wish we had some more storage. I think it's a little quirky looking, but it's fun, it's different. I actually think making it an EV only was probably a good idea on Volkswagen's part because I think it just kind of adds another element, another option for families looking for that electric family hauler. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. I wonder if my thoughts will change over time. The more I see it, the more I play with it. But first impressions overall, I don't think I'd buy this car.